When a nuclear-capable ballistic missile enters the final stage of its flight, it plunges through the Earth's atmosphere at speeds approaching Mach 20. Tracking that warhead as it hurtles toward its target in the deep ocean requires absolute precision. But physics presents a problem. Radar waves travel in straight lines, while the Earth curves. As the missile makes its terminal descent toward the ocean, it drops below the line of sight of land-based radars, falling into a total blind spot. For India, this blind spot became an acute strategic vulnerability. Neighboring rivals, specifically China and Pakistan, were rapidly expanding their nuclear arsenals and testing missiles with ever-increasing ranges that terminated far out at sea. To validate the accuracy of its own developing nuclear arsenal and to guarantee it could detect an incoming strike from an adversary, India needed to project its radar vision over the horizon. The solution was to take the radar off the land entirely. The effort to build a sea-based tracking platform was initiated under severe secrecy. Designated as Project VC-11184, the program was managed directly by the Prime Minister's Office and National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Construction operations quietly began in 2014 at Hindustan Shipyard Limited in Visakhapatnam. Engineers faced a unique challenge, keeping thousands of tons of sensitive radar arrays perfectly stable in rough seas. They ultimately settled on a massive 15,000-ton hull. In 2021, India officially commissioned the result, INS Dhruv. It's an indigenous engineering achievement built with roughly 1,500 crore rupees, instantly recognizable by the massive white geodesic dome sitting on its deck. Because of its complexity, Dhruv requires a unique operational structure. The Indian Navy provides the crew and navigation. DRDO scientists run the tracking telemetry. NTRO technicians operate the electronic intelligence systems. Dhruv operates simultaneously as a naval asset, a mobile testing laboratory, and a roaming intelligence post. The true value of INS Dhruv lies in the technology underneath those domes. The ship runs on a combined diesel and diesel propulsion system that generates 15 megawatts of electricity. That massive power output is necessary to run the ship's active electronically scanned array, or AESA, radars, without shorting out the life support systems for the 300-person crew. This animation shows how Dhruv's primary S-band radar operates. It acts like a wide floodlight. It uses longer wavelengths that easily punch through rain and atmospheric interference, scanning massive sections of the sky to detect a launch from thousands of kilometers away. Once the target is located, the system hands it off to the X-band radar. Acting like a high-powered laser pointer, the shorter X-band waves provide the high-resolution, precision tracking required to tell the difference between a real nuclear warhead, a decoy, or random space debris. Dhruv also looks down. The hull is equipped with specialized sonar to map the ocean floor. By mapping underwater topography, the crew can identify acoustic anomalies and locate enemy submarines creeping near India's own strategic patrol zones. Above the surface, the ship functions as a massive antenna. Its electronic intelligence, or ELINT systems, capture and analyze the communication signals and radar emissions coming from foreign vessels and satellites. By combining acoustic mapping, signal interception, and dual-band radar tracking, INS Dhruv renders massive sections of the Indian Ocean mathematically visible to the Strategic Command. The Indian military put this entire suite to the test in March 2024 during Mission Divyastra, the first flight of the Agni 5 missile. The Agni 5 was testing MIRV technology. As this simulation illustrates, a MIRV system takes a single missile payload bus into space and then releases several individual warheads, each traveling at different speeds toward different targets, hundreds of kilometers apart. Tracking a test like this is computationally brutal. The radar system has to instantly recognize the separation, count the objects, and track multiple hypersonic targets plummeting through the atmosphere simultaneously. During the test, INS Dhruv was positioned deep in the southern Indian Ocean, near the designated impact zone. As the Agni 5 completed its 8,000-kilometer flight, Dhruv's X-band radars locked onto the separating warheads, capturing precise telemetry data on how well each individual heat shield performed during re-entry. That high-fidelity data allowed DRDO scientists to validate the exact impact points of the warheads, proving India possessed a credible, functioning second strike capability. But Dhruv is equally valuable when tracking the weapons of other nations. In April 2026, the ship was urgently deployed to the Arabian Sea. Pakistan had issued a public notice declaring a vast exclusion zone in the waters near Karachi, indicating an imminent high-stakes ballistic missile test. Dhruv arrived and positioned itself just outside that declared boundary, less than 24 hours before the launch window opened. When the Pakistani missile launched, Dhruv's sensors captured everything. The ship recorded the missile's exact radar signature, its acceleration curve, its maximum speed, and its guidance profile. Indian military analysts immediately fed that raw, real-world flight data into their own ballistic missile defense network, using the opponent's test to calibrate and sharpen India's own interceptor algorithms. By placing its most advanced sensor platform on the border of an adversary's test zone, India extracted strategic intelligence directly from a rival's weapon trial. Building and deploying a dedicated missile tracking ship requires immense capital and technical expertise. Because of Dhruv, India now sits in a highly exclusive global club. China operates a fleet of 7 massive 25,000-ton Yuan Wang-class vessels. However, unlike Dhruv's protected radomes, the Chinese ships rely on exposed mechanical parabolic dish antennas that can be vulnerable to extreme ocean weather. The United States utilizes the USNS Howard O. Lorenzen, a $1.7 billion platform instantly recognizable by the massive boxy flat-panel phased arrays mounted high on its superstructure. France's customized FS Monge and Russia's heavily modernized Marshal Krylov complete the short list of nations with this specialized maritime capability. A single ship, however, eventually has to return to port for crew exchanges and maintenance, creating gaps in surveillance. To maintain a constant watch, the Indian Navy is already developing sister ships, including the INS Dhruv, a floating test range designed to launch developmental missiles at sea. By integrating state-of-the-art AESA technology, signal intelligence, and interagency cooperation into a single mobile hull, India closed its strategic blind spot. INS Dhruv provides the exact, quantifiable data the nation needs to secure its nuclear deterrent and monitor the volatile skies over the Indo-Pacific.